So, we have a pretty big update on the Pierre-Luc Dubois story, and to be honest, it's pretty contradictory what's going on over here, because if you know what's going on with the entire situation with Pierre-Luc Dubois, he is a Columbus Blue Jackets very good player. He was drafted in 2016, he is still young, he is a great two-way center in this league, and even though he was in a position where he re-signed a contract a few days ago, there were still reports coming out that, hey, he wants a change of scenery, he would be in the market of asking for a trade if it means he gets to play his hockey career elsewhere. Which is really weird, because he's a guy who is legitimately very good, he's being given ice time, he is given all this stuff in Columbus, and he played very well for the Blue Jackets in the postseason, but the reports have come out and said, yeah, he still kind of wants to leave. So we have a few comments from Pierre-Luc Dubois, Cam Atkinson, and John Tortorella talking about this whole situation. And if we go over to the first one over here, this is what John Tortorella said, the Columbus coach, about the Pierre-Luc Dubois thing going on. He says that this desire for a trade that Dubois has will be handled similarly, in one respect, to how Bobrovsky and Panarin played out 2 seasons ago. The team will confront it as a group and deal with it out in the open, he said. Now this is really peculiar. I didn't realize this is how John Tortorella had his whole hockey team function back when they still had Sergei Bobrovsky and Artemi Panarin on the squad, where they discussed these contract and the desire issues and all that stuff right out in the open in front of all the teammates. They sat everybody down and they said, okay, Atkinson, listen to this. Okay, Zach Werenski, listen to this. Seth Jones, listen to this. Bobrovsky, Panarin, let's have a talk, buddy. Why don't you want to be here? You don't want to come back? You're going to sign somewhere else? You're going to go where the money's at? What's going on here? And the entire team would talk about this in the open. That's really, really interesting. And it appears, from Tortorella's point of view, that they're going to do the same process with Pierre-Luc Dubois, probably have some conversations confronting the issues as a group. Maybe ask him, why don't you want to stay here? Why do you want to be in another organization? Why do you want to have your NHL career continue in a change of scenery? And for the most part, depending on how this goes and depending on how Pierre-Luc Dubois responds to this kind of process could be very, very big in terms of changing the minds of some people who are in that locker room, in terms of having him as a teammate or whatever. And going over the actual teammate aspect of it, Cam Atkinson said that he already spoke with Pierre-Luc Dubois, and he said with his 2-year contract just signed, Atkinson and the rest will treat him like a teammate. So even though there's going to be this open discussion with Pierre-Luc Dubois talking about why he wants to leave, the teammates are still going to treat him as a teammate. Honestly, I don't really see any reason to not, but just having that out in the open on record certainly is interesting in my opinion. But then we go over the big quote right here, and this is kind of where Pierre-Luc Dubois is, man, I think he's kind of wrong here, but let's just read the quote. This is what Pierre-Luc Dubois said on the potential of his desire for a change of scenery becoming a distraction. I'm going to be the best player I can be, the best teammate I can be, and the best person I can be. I don't want it to be a distraction, so I think that's the only way. If I go out there and work hard in practices, have a good attitude, work hard in games, play well, I think it's not a distraction. It's if I don't do those things that it could become a distraction. But I know the attitude I'm going to have. I know I'm going to work hard and I'm going to have a good attitude and be a good teammate. So I hope me wanting a trade is not a distraction. What in the world? Buddy, it is a distraction. Are you serious? You guys are literally stopping up your practices. You guys are literally meeting everybody in the team, and Tortorella is sitting everybody down and saying, okay, listen, let's talk about why this guy doesn't want to be here. That's a distraction. Like, I get that you have to save face to the media. I get you have to go out there and say what's right and say the proper things to diffuse the situation, but man, this is weird. But hey, you know, we're at the end of the gameplay, so I guess we're gonna save that rant for another day. Talk to me in the comments what you think about Pierre-Luc Dubois and this weird distraction situation. Hope you enjoyed this video. /99 and bye.